So I've been lucky enough to do a lot of work experience throughout my degree. I've found that the journalism department are really good at helping you sort things out like that.
I actually did some work experience with a charity in a paid role, which was amazing. It meant I got to help out a local Sheffield charity whilst also getting myself some experience. It was all about video content creation and helping adults with learning disabilities, which was really, really rewarding.
So I recently did some work experience at the Press Association, which is the national news agency. I had a great few days, great fun, but I was thrown in right at the deep end. I remember getting a call from the editor about a minute before I was going to do some interviews, and he said, "You're doing these interviews for this national story, good luck." And then about 20 minutes later, I had to send him transcripts of hundreds of words of the interview.
During the pandemic, I interned as a content creator for the New Media Center of People's Daily, which is one of the largest newspaper group in China. In a pop-up event celebrating and promoting Chinese cultures organized by the newspaper, I noticed how professional journalists and designers incorporated immersive technology such as VR headsets and AR filters into the presentation of news stories.
One thing I have done is get really involved in student media, especially Forge TV. In second year I was the head of music, and this year I'm the station manager, and it's been a great experience of me getting leadership skills, making big productions and planning for them too.
Yeah, I volunteered on the press desk at Sheffield Documentary Festival, so did media accreditation and welcomed journalists to the event, which was a great chance to network. I also did 2 weeks for a news outlet back home. So they do online news, and I just spent all day every day interviewing people, chasing stories. There's the editorial meetings.
But my most favourite placement has got to be when I went to Canary Wharf and I worked with the Daily Mirror for a week, and I literally learned so much. Even just sitting there in the office, I could see sort of what it was like to be a working journalist in the newsroom, and everyone was sort of like bustling about from desk to desk. I got to sit at like daily news conferences and see all the stories coming out for the day.
It really improved my editing and video creating skills, which was super helpful, and I know it was a massive boost for my CV. I also did it during COVID times, so that meant I learned how to work remotely, and I actually found the position through one of the newsletters that the department sends out with all of the jobs and work experience available to us. So it was a really great experience.
And it's also that independence of being able to make projects that are journalistic to an extent, but a lot more creative, so you feel productive, but at the same time you can do something that you're very passionate about, and it's really freeing. I've loved it.
Even though that was a remote internship and I couldn't physically be there, when I was editing the event vlogs, I was completely blown away by how many people they successfully engaged. This has inspired me to explore the adoption of immersive technology in journalism in my current study.
And one of my stories was retweeted by Russell Crowe, which was pretty cool, and I ended up being mentioned in an article on a whole different page, which is a news outlet actually for journalists. So yeah, it's definitely been worth it getting that work experience. Great additions to add to my CV and for me to take to interviews.
So not only did I see what it was like to sort of be a working journalist, but it made me realise how important that job was and how important the media was, especially when I was sat in those daily conferences and they were talking about these like big stories that they were going to publish in these big interviews they had with people. It just made me realise like the importance of my work and how much I wanted to do it and sort of play this big key part in society.
The department can only prepare you so much for the real world, the pressure that comes with that, but the amount of relationships and contacts the department has to get you that experience is majorly beneficial.